All right, Mark Deering here from Adventures with Remax and the Deering team. Just thought we would go over GoPro stuff. You are an adventurer, awesome. How do you capture it? Stay tuned and find out.
There's your wrapper.
We're seeing some snow. All right, we all love video, right? We love how GoPro makes all of their commercials look so awesome. The guy skydiving, the guy doing this, the girl surfing, everything that's going on, and we're like, ooh, I need that $300 or $400 camera, and I'm gonna make some stellar videos. Well, reality is, it's a lot harder than that, but what I thought I would do is kind of share with you some basics. I've been using video for years, way back before even GoPros were around. GoPros just now make it easier because it's something you can carry in your pocket. It's waterproof, it's got great stabilization, it's got a lot of perks. So GoPro camera is where it's going to talk about in specific, but video in general, we want to kind of teach you some tips and tricks to get out there and capture your adventure, share it with loved ones, share it with actually more than loved ones, share it with the world on YouTube so that we can all kind of see what you're up to. So let's jump right into just a few of the accessories that you can use, some of my favorite accessories that you can use with GoPros, and we'll even get into a little bit of different mounts and how they go on bikes and different things like that. So let's jump in. All right, so this is about a quarter of the stuff I've got. I've got all kinds of attachments over the years and tried different things. Still don't have it mastered, but I have found a few really nice go-to accessories over the years. So I'm gonna make some room here and talk about some things one at a time. Get some of this stuff out of the way. First and foremost, I kind of want to talk about batteries. One of the biggest things that sets people, can stumble people on shooting video is you get to go do that ride. Your buddies call up and, hey, let's go ride at 6 o'clock. You're working till 5 o'clock. You fly home and get your bike, your kayak, your whatever your adventure is, and you're like, shoot, I was gonna film today. Today was my big film day, and I have no batteries that are charged. So this thing here, it's called a Tellison. This is for charging your batteries, and it's dust proof. I highly doubt it's waterproof. It's dust proof. This one stores 3 Hero 9 batteries in it, and it charges by Type-C USB on the back. So I leave this thing either on a desk in my office here, or a desk in my garage here, or in my car, just constantly charging, where there'll always be 2 to 3 fully charged GoPro batteries. So all the accessories here, I'll try to put some links in the description, but this is a Tellison charger for your batteries, and they have little indications on the front, which you're not seeing right now, that were green when they're charged and red when they're not. So even just at a glance, you'll know how much charge is left in those batteries. It's got a little hook on the top. You can connect that to a backpack. You can connect that somewhere in your car. You could probably even take this in your pocket, with you out on your adventure. I wouldn't take it kayaking, but you could take that with you, and always make sure you got charged batteries. No more excuses of dead batteries. That's one accessory. Currently, for just, I guess, conversation piece, I'm using the Hero 9s. I've got 2 Hero 9s. The nice things about the 9s is that they have the front display. So not only is it a large display on the back, which is common for all of the previous GoPros, but now they have a display on the front. So let's say you're doing it in selfie mode and you're trying to record yourself going down that ski slope or whatever that might be, you can actually make sure that you're in frame. So that is a Hero 9 feature, and every GoPro before that does not have that. So These are awesome. If you're putting them on the back of your bike and you've got it running to see if you make sure everything you want to get is in frame, you can actually see from both sides what you're capturing. So GoPro Hero 9s. Another thing I like about the Hero 9s is that instead of that skeleton case that used to go over these and you had a dozen of those skeleton cages around, these actually don't have cages. They just have these two little clips on the bottom, and not clips but holders that mount up to all of your existing GoPro mounts, which we'll talk about here in a minute, so that there's no cage, okay? There's no separate cage for these guys. I think that's another nice pro tip on the Hero 9s. Yes, of course, the picture keeps getting better. Yes, of course, the stabilization keeps getting better, but once again, none of any of that matters if you're not using your cameras and uploading them somewhere. So anyways, Hero 9s. Once again, no particular order. These clips here, these are kind of fun clips. I'll call these backpack clips, and I will take a second, I think, and throw a backpack on and show you different ways to use these. But it's pretty simple. It's like a chip clip. And it's got your go-to GoPro mount, typical mount there. And these do spin. Let's see if I can. They do spin. You can see it's really hard to make it spin, which is what you want, so it's not flapping all over. But let me show you real quick. This wouldn't be the backpack I'd be using it with. I use it more of like with my hiking backpack. But let's say you wanted to throw it on your backpack, throw the clip on. You've got your camera on, and then you can spin it. And let's throw a camera on just to kind of show you here. You grab your camera, open up the feet. Probably fast forward this part. And there you go. And if it's on a backpack that, you know, is adjusted for you, you know, you can see it's going to be pointing forward, and then you're hiking down the trail, getting the whole adventure on video. And if you saw a bear or saw something cool, you can grab the clip real quick. Holy cow, did you see that bear? Holy cow, did you see that deer? The clip is nice and you can take it off real quick. I call it almost like a potato chip clip. I'm not sure what the official name is, but these have real nice heavy duty springs on them. Okay, moving down the list. This one I use a lot. This one is what I'll call like a bar mount, handlebar mount, but it's another form of a clip, but it's bigger. It's got super heavy duty jaws. You can adjust that rubber piece in there to where if you're gonna go around something that's got a smaller diameter. These parts right here are movable. I mean, that can hurt your finger. I mean, that's got a heavy duty clip there. Once again, the GoPro mount goes to the top. This can actually come off, so you could pull, I guess I will show you. This part here comes off, and you push forward in case you were ever to break that and want to put on a different one. Or, glad I'm showing you this, you've got this option. I don't think I've ever put this on here, but I know it fits. Yeah, so let's say this would be a perfect kayak situation. You clip this to the front of your kayak, and then you can adjust this and have it pointed in your direction with your camera on top and do a little bit of vlogging, talk about the trip you're going down. So there we go. I've never even used it that way, but that is an option. But as a cyclist, this is an awesome setup for a few reasons. You got it on your handlebars, and yes, if you're going for an all-day ride and you're trying to get mostly really cool race footage or ride footage, this isn't your answer. I'll show you in a minute some different options for that. But you're going out with your buddies, brew crews, you're going out for just a casual ride, you want to get some stuff that's along the trail, on the sides, you're going to do a light tour or whatever. this is your guy. So this would go right on your handlebars. Since we're in the mood of showing examples, let's continue that. Put the camera on it. Oh boy. Almost dropped it, but they're GoPros. You can drop these things. They're pretty heavy, pretty hardy. So there it looks. You know, you can set the different angle, of course. So let's show an example of a bike and different ways I would use that. Just for an example, you would clip it on your handlebars. You know, once again, you can see with the back. So you're going to be saying, yep, everything I'm trying to frame is in frame. You want to get a little bit more of that tire shot up front. You can twist it forward, get a cool tire shot. Those look kind of cool sometimes. You can take it off and flip it around. Clip it on, boom, it's facing up towards the rider right now. You want to talk real quick about this trail you're on. You want to talk about different things. You want to do a little vlog style. You got the camera pointing at you. With the Hero 9, you can see that you're in frame. Lets you know that everything's working fine there. You also, with this clip, this style clip, you have the option, you know, you're flying down the trail, you're, you know, like I say, a little bit more of your casual ride trail with this clip, and your buddy pulls up next to you, he's riding a wheelie, you can take it off, and you can point it over towards him, get his wheelie, get him doing something cool. Hopefully he crashes. Just kidding, but if he crashes, you got it on video. Paul, not talking to you. And then, so you've got that option. It's versatile, okay? So it's a very versatile clip. I've even taken it as far as, you know, you can try different fun things. Not that these always work, but you can, oh, I have done this and this does work. You can set it on the ground. This particular clip, you can set it on the ground like so, and then you can ride towards it. You can bunny hop over it. You can do all kinds of fun things like that. But this is a pretty cool universal clip. What I was going to show you is that you can clip it to the back of your seat and turn it around so you can see stuff in the back. But I have another, I've done that a few times. I've got a better setup for that now, which I will get to next because it's actually right here on this bike. So anyways, that is the clip. Amazing setup for almost anything. Get one of these clips. These are cool. All right, well, I've got the bike in hand. I thought I'd show you another way to get some of those really cool rear shots. You probably have seen some of those shots where you can see the tire and the people coming up behind. Some of my favorite shots are watching races that what's going on behind you, or you're riding the beach and the sun's just hitting perfect on the riders behind you. So getting that other perspective is really cool. And I do that with this guy. It's going to blend in pretty well, so you really can't see what it is. But it's a real inexpensive piece of metal, aluminum, that goes between your seat rails, and then it's just got your typical little GoPro screw on it. Once again, I'll link that in the description, but this is where you just put the GoPro down here, and then you make it nice and flat and look through the lens to make sure it's shooting what you want. But that is a rear seat mount. Very cool. Gives your video a little different angles. That's one of my things that I try to do, guys, is give your videos a lot of different angles. We've all seen the, you know, from the chest mounts, which we're getting to here in a minute. We've seen a lot of those. We've seen a lot of the typical mount spots. But that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is change that up a little bit and give the viewer different angles to look at. It's kind of cool to see all these different angles and creativeness that you can come up with it. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, while we're talking about bike mounts that are right on the bike and kind of fixed to the bike, I thought we would grab this one because this is another really good one. Try to find the best way to show this to you. It is the KOM. It is the KOM Garmin computer holder with the accessory mount underneath. So this thing actually twists off the bottom, and what it is it's just your regular GoPro or light. Keep in mind you can use this for any accessory. This could be your light for night riding, and it goes right to the bottom of your computer cage. So what's kind of cool is I've had these in the past that without this coming off the bottom, and so when you put that computer on, or when you put that light on, or you put that Garmin on, you got to go and get your Allen key, and you got to undo it, and you got to all that stuff in the parking lot. Where this comes off the bottom, see if it's focusing on it here. This just comes right off the bottom and it is easy to take on, take off. So you could have that on your computer or your GoPro already. You get to the trail and you place it on there and boom, you're ready to go. Your GoPro's mounted facing forward. Or your light, you know, like I say, this fits a light just as easy and it's on and off. So little plug for the guys over there at KOM Cycle. I met them up at Iceman, bought this mount from them. This one actually holds the 1030 Garmin Plus, so it's a little bit further away from the handlebars. But great feature for the accessory guy who likes to take accessories on and off. All right, moving right along. These next two are my favorite. So these are the ones that you'll see a lot of my videos shot with. It is the chest mounts. I think that as a mountain bike rider, that it's sometimes the coolest to actually see the cockpit of the mountain bike while you're watching the ride. Yes, it's cool to have it off the front, like on that last one I just showed you, but all you can see is the tire and some of the terrain and whatnot. If I'm watching a racer race, if I'm watching the scenic part of a trail, there's something about the being able to actually see the gloves and the handlebars and everything that makes it feel like you're right on the bike with them, watching the bike maneuver around the jumps, watching them maneuver. That's my favorite. So it's just a chest mount. I'm sure everybody has seen one of these. It's real easy to put on, like so, and then when you get your camera on it, takes a little bit of legwork to figure out what angle you want to have this thing locked in at. But remember, when you're on your bike and you're leaning over on your handlebars, it's not flat to your chest. You'll be filming the ground. So you got to have that thing hang nice and flat underneath you. So might have to do a couple tests just to see where that's at. But the chest mount is my favorite, I would say, for the 75% use. Where you're trying just to get really good GoPro footage. Another fun thing you can do with this chest style mount is if you have somebody that's there to help you, you can put this on backwards and say your wife's riding with you, your friend's riding with you, put this thing on backwards and you can get that cool angle. Once again, you got to mess with the GoPros. It does know if it's upside down or not. So even if you flipped it up and pointed it back, it's gonna know like what's up and down. So another cool pro tip, wear this backwards, get some other creative angles, because it is, at the end of the day, all about creative angles and having fun. So let's see what else we got. Okay, so like I mentioned, we do a lot of adventures, and so far we're talking about mostly bike, but we do a lot of kayak stuff, a lot of hike stuff. We even do the side-by-sides and have a lot of fun with that. And so we found some really cool mounts for the side-by-sides. Some of them go right on the frame and they're super heavy duty, and you can put one on the front or the back. They screw down real nice and tight so they're not going to bounce around, because a lot of times you're going 50, 60 miles an hour in those things, and it gets really good video in the side-by-sides. But if you're trying to get that POV footage, I came up with this guy here, and it is just an Amazon special. I'll try to find the link and where we got this from, but it is just a GoPro mount for your helmet that goes right in your mouthpiece here. And I won't bore you with strapping the whole thing on, but you get the idea. It goes right on the face there. I've seen different mountain bikers do something similar for like some of the downhill guys. I think there's homemade versions. There's all kinds of helmet mounted GoPro attachments. Like I say, this was an Amazon special, maybe 10, 20 bucks. And it has worked perfect in some of our side-by-side adventures. Okay, so you're out at the trail. You're gonna spend some time in the woods. You've saved some time to actually go do a corner, a berm corner, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back and do that again. Once with the angle from the bike, once from the angle pointing off the back, and then you want to set the camera in the corner or coming out of the corner so that you can get a nice crisp angle of burning through that corner. So what we use for those type shots are something similar to these three. Gorilla Grip, I think it's called Gorilla Grip. This is super popular, used by the professionals. This one's made out of stainless steel, real heavy duty. I don't think I'm gonna be able to wear this one out. The pros use it every day and they don't wear it out. So this is a really cool, I got it set up right now with the top mount for a camera like we're filming with here, but it does have GoPro adapters where you can put a GoPro on top of this. And what the key with this would be is that you can go and tie it to a branch, get it hooked up to a branch and wrap it around the branch so you can get that fun look, whatever that might be. Get it on that branch, just kind of hanging there, 6 feet off the ground, have you come and rip it around, whatever that might look like. Or just like I said in the first part, set that on the ground nice and low and get that footage of somebody coming through the berm with that thing like 6 inches off the trail. Sometimes that looks cool too. So this is an expensive one. I want to say it's 100 or more. This is a less expensive version, obviously less durable, gets the job done though. This actually I've had for quite a while. This one works really well. Check into that one, less expensive, Amazon I'm sure. And then super expensive or super inexpensive. I've had this one for quite a while. I got it right now set up for a GoPro. This one will hold cell phones. This one will hold all kinds of things. But you get what you pay for. This thing definitely, you could set it up, go bike away and it might tip over or it might lose its strength and you just wasted 20 minutes. But an option at the very least. And with this one, even the more professional ones this size fit right in your pocket, fit in your back pocket. I've taken this one out with me plenty times with the GoPro mounted on the top and then these legs just in my back pocket. So I could get out there to the trail and try to do something sweet and set this thing up and do some fun stuff with it. Am I gonna put this one in my back pocket and get it all sweaty, nasty? Probably not. So that's why it's nice to maybe have a little bit less expensive one to try it with as well. All right, moving down the list here. This one looks super simple. Looks like what the heck, why would you pay 20 bucks for that or whatever these cost? But this is a floating, there's a name for them. If you know it, put it in the description. But it's just a floating GoPro handle. So needs not much explanation, but you put your GoPro on there. You can put this around your wrist and you can cinch that up, which is gonna be hard to do while I'm on camera here, but you get the idea. Now I have to do it because I said it. There you go, you cinch it up. And I lost that cinch, but anyway, tighten it up, cinch it up. It's hanging on your arm. You're jumping from a cliff. You're water rafting and you're jumping from a cliff and you want to take the GoPro with you. Take this guy, film it. Not only is it going to float if it falls off, but it's going to stay on your arm, which if you're in whitewater rafting, and even though it's floating, good luck ever finding it again. But since it's tied to your wrist, you can pick it up, you got it. Other times kayaking in the lakes or the not so crazy spots, I've got another one of these that does not have the arm strap, and it's just a cool handle thing. Wife's coming in the garage. My garage is the studio, but when the garage door goes up, it gets a little noisy. So yeah, this one is amazing for kayaking, whitewater rafting, anything to do with water, and this floats. They make a lot of different versions of this. This one just happens to have a nice grip to it. It's got like a neoprene style grip to it, so that's a good one too. All right, so lastly for this segment, guys, I'm just gonna show you bags. You know, once you start jumping down this crazy arena of fun with action cameras and accessories, you know, you're gonna need a place to store them all and keep them organized. I am years in the making, and to say that I have this end of it figured out, I don't. But I'm always looking for good organization style skills to, because once again, if it's not easy, you can't grab it in 2 seconds and have it ready to go, chances are you're not going to use it. So you might want to get fun little bags like this that just kind of store some small accessories. They got zippers on them. Once again, these are a lot of Amazon purchases, super inexpensive. You'd be surprised what you can find for cheap on Amazon. And a lot of these are just like travel, looks like travel bags, you know, maybe for, they might even be like makeup bags or something, that inexpensive bags that you can use for accessories. GoPro makes a lot of times. I think even when you buy them still, you get nice hard boxes, and you can put a couple cameras in there, and you've got the different, like, dividers. These are cool. I've got a handful of these around, and I do use some of them just for storage. But I think one of the key things that I like for going out and having like a one grab and go bag, like, hey, I'm hitting the trail, I want to grab one bag and have most everything with me that I'm going to need. It's a nice backpack. Okay, so they make GoPro specific. This one is an off-brand that brags about being good for GoPros, and I'll show you a couple reasons why. It's got the compartments in the top that I believe you could hold probably 4, 5, 6 GoPros up there, and then not only hold the cameras, but up top here you can hold your SD cards, your SD card readers, maybe even some other small miscellaneous things there right on the top. So you get like a quick access to your cameras. And then the pouch itself, I kind of like, not kind of, I really like that it's bright green inside. A lot of these bags come black or gray, and with GoPro parts, they're all tiny. So you're sitting there looking for tiny little screws and stuff in a black bag. I mean, that's no fun. So I like the fact that this one's bright green. This one has a pouch right here that's got a clear plastic where you can see and just grab into all of your little screws and different attachments. And then pretty much everything I just showed you fits in this bag, and so then that way everything I might need is right there with me. Am I going to use the tripod today? Am I just going to use the chin mount or the kayak mount or whatever that might be? Each of them have, a lot of these bags have these little side pouches where you can grab your tripod mount, slide it right in there. It's got one on each side, pretty handy. What I also do, I'll show you, that back to that original battery pack, you can slide that right in here, and then you know you've always got it with you. Or if that's got a tripod in it and the other side's full of something else, I put this hook on it, and then I'll just hook it up top here. You know, then you've got your batteries right there with you. All right, well, that's kind of like my 101 of GoPro accessories. And once again, my goal with this whole adventure channel and getting you guys out there seeing adventures, sharing adventures, having a blast. I like to share my content, like to see yours, and learned a lot of this stuff over the years. And really, don't do this. Also, don't get out there and think you have to have every single accessory to make it easier, make it more fun. Just grab the camera that comes in the box. They're only like 300 bucks. Now, you can get them for even less than that. Get out and use the thing, and more importantly, when you get home, do something with the footage. We're gonna cover that in a different video and maybe give you some pointers on that. But this is some accessories that I like to use, and Mark Deering, the Adventure Channel, get out there, have fun, and show your adventure.